Ba. Lucia. Go.
Sashi puki yushin metok tram. Rirav linshin yenye yempadi. Shange chindu mikte ulwari. Drokun namdas shingla shuparsho. Idam guru ratna mandalakam niryatayami. Sange shedan tsoki choknam la. Janshu bardu dakni kyapsushi. Daki jinshok jipei sonamki. Drola penshi sangye drupal shok. Sange shedan tsoki choknam la. Yanshu bardu dagni kyapsushi. Daki jinso gipei sonamki. Drola penshir shangye drupal sho. Change shedan toki choknam la. Janshu bardu dakni kyapsushi. Daki jinso gipei sonamki. Drola penshi shangye drupal sho.
Okay, quiz time. Woohoo! The excitement doesn't stop around here. Okay. There's 2 pages, everybody. 6 questions, so I'll flip it soon. Gracias. Everyone done? Okay. Okay, we're gonna start. Hope you're done. The last class of the course. Yeah. Teacher's a little happier than he should be. I mean, I really enjoyed this time together, everyone. Especially you, Kelly McGee. I'm so happy you made it.
Oh, thanks. I've enjoyed it too.
Did Leah text you?
I was logging in as she texted me.
She said that too. She's like, I'm gonna text her. She's gonna be logging in as I text her.
Okay, I like the accountability partner.
It's more just to mess with you. Anyway. No, I'm just playing.
That's okay too.
Okay, good. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. All right.
A question about the quiz.
Sure.
Class 9. I realized as I was going through it that the last question about the 3 ways,
Yeah.
like the answer is like the names of them, but I didn't really understand conceptually like
What the difference is?
how they're different than the
3 tracks.
yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Here, it's the last question. This one, right?
Yeah, that one.
Paola, hay unas personas que solicitan que se les ponga como panelistas.
Oh, okay, gracias. Gracias, Lucia.
Gracias, Lucia.
Who's that? Oh, I remember you. What's your name? Ria? Ria, right?
Hello, world.
Hola. Glad you made it to class.
I'm gonna have to leave early soon tonight, but I'll catch up.
Okay.
Thank you for encouraging us to finish 13 and 15.
And 14. You didn't do
Well, 14, I did it already, so.
that. But I still encouraged to finish it. God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about my personal situation, yeah. But thank you for your teachings. Amazing. Thank you.
It wasn't that good.
No, it was amazing.
Okay. Aldo has low standards. It's okay. We still love you. Okay, here we go. No, I'm playing. You're welcome, Aldo. All right. So Kelly McGee just asked a question for people just joining about this last the last question in the homework and the quiz, which if you didn't take the quiz, now you know. I just said it. Anyway, here we go. Okay, the 3 tracks. So the 3 tracks are listener, self-made Buddha, and bodhisattva. Okay, listener is what is it? Shruti in Sanskrit. Self-made Buddha is pratyeka Buddha, and bodhisattva is bodhisattva. Okay, that's Sanskrit. So that is as opposed to the 3 ways, which both in Sanskrit, they're both called yana. That's why people just say Mahayana. It's a Sanskrit word. It literally means the greater, because Maha comes in English as the word mega, or the magna and like magnanimous, or the magni and magnificent, or the magna and Magna Carta, if you know that document, which is the foundation of democracy in the United States. Okay, those words mean great. So Mahayana literally means greater vehicle. These two, listener and self-made Buddha, are part of the Hinayana. Hina means lesser. Lesser not in the sense of like a derogatory lesser in the sense of vehicular capacity. Okay, that's what yana means. It means how much does it hold? Listeners and self-made Buddhas, how many people do they want to get enlightened or reach nirvana? Yeah, hold up your finger, Kelly McGee, the amount. Yes. Kelly McGee, now make a symbol for how many people the bodhisattvas want to get enlightened. Yeah, you can do that. How about this one? Okay, because that one means infinite, right? But yours is good too. Like you could just say huge, huge. If you're in New York, you just say huge. Okay, there's no H in that word in New York. I don't know why. So but both the listener and the self-made Buddha are part of the lower way, the smaller way, the Hinayana, the Tek men. Tek means yana in Tibetan, and men means less. Okay, just the lesser amount. Okay, good. So those are the three tracks. Listeners mainly use the 4 Arya Truths. They say to get enlightened. Self-made Buddhas, their favorite teaching is the 12 links of dependent origination, and they usually don't have a teacher, but they had a teacher for 1 million lifetimes before that. But both of them are just trying to reach lower nirvana, which makes them an arhat and not a Buddha. And they're not trying to get everyone else enlightened. That's crazy talk to them. Listeners can hear those teachings about enlightening all beings, but they're called listeners because even though they can hear them, they're like, I ain't practicing that. That's crazy. All beings, I got places to go. Right? Okay, so those are the 3 tracks. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, but these 2 tracks are just this one way, the Hinayana. Okay, and this one track is this way. Higher way, bigger way, Mahayana. Got that?
How's that different than the scopes?
That's the previous question. We'll finish this one, then we'll do the scopes.
I thought the scopes were your motivation, meaning lower way is motivation for your own nirvana or avoiding a lower rebirth. And
Nope, scope is slightly different. I'll explain scopes after this, okay?
yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, and then for the ways, there's the way called Vajrayana, sometimes called Mantrayana, meaning the way of the mantra, or the way of the diamond, meaning, or Tantrayana too, I believe. I mean, it should be, yeah. Okay, so all those ways refer to the teachings on how to get enlightened in 1 lifetime or less using secret practices. Okay, that's all. It's also called sangak, meaning secret teachings, secret words, because you do secret stuff that I can't tell you about. Secret. I mean, I don't even know about it. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so Mahayana, the higher way, actually can be divided into 2. This is a misnomer. Calling Vajrayana a 3rd way is a misnomer because it comes out of Mahayana. And so that's the second part Geshe-la explains here very clearly. Although technically the diamond way is just a part of the higher way, which is more correctly divided into the perfection part, which means this Parotochimpa or Prajnaparamita in Sanskrit. It just means the sutras.
Okay.
And the diamond part of it, the higher way, just means these practices and texts that refer to those practices and philosophy for getting enlightened in 1 lifetime, or just a lot faster.
Okay.
Now she asks, well, what thing got to do with the scopes? So in Lamrim, there's a thing called the 3 scopes. And those scopes are the lowest scope or lesser scope where people just don't want to become an animal, a hungry ghost, or a hell being again. But that's not even nirvana, because you're still in the cycle of suffering, right?
Mhm.
If I just want to get out of being an animal, that means even if I'm a human a million times, I still have to go to middle school, break up with my high school girlfriends, have a horrible prom night, not get into the college you want. I'm just speaking randomly, not from personal experience or anything. Okay? you still have to go through the sufferings a human would, or a lesser pleasure being or a full pleasure being would go through. Right? Okay, good. And then this one, which is the medium scope, or the scope for middling practitioners, which is a word people never use, but you see in some texts, it means middle, or people who are just middle of the road, I guess. Those people only want to reach nirvana. They want to get off the wheel completely, but only for themselves. So this qualifies as what in Sanskrit? Kelly McGee.
Hinayana.
Yay! She's learning. Great. And then there are those who want to not get born in any of those realms, lower or higher, and want to reach total enlightenment for the sake of all living beings. What's that called in Sanskrit?
Mahayana.
Yes, and an individual on that path in Sanskrit is called a
Bodhisattva.
OMG. And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bart, I have a question,
What?
but it's not about this course. Do you mind? It's about translation.
Sure, I got plenty of time. Nothing going on over here.
No, I'm translating for the Medicine Buddha retreat.
Okay, I heard that's happening.
Yeah, and there's this. I put the Tibetan here in the chat, so you can check it out. But it says the 7 who have gone that way. A detailed account of the ancient prayers of the 7 who have gone that way. Meaning that way refers to that path or in that manner. Do you understand my question?
Yeah, it's a translation of Tathagata. It means people who got enlightened, 7 who got enlightened. Aldo? Are you still there? Did we lose him?
I'm here.
Oh, you froze for a second.
Yeah.
It just means the 7 who got enlightened. They went that way to enlightenment.
Yeah. But that way, will you translate it as path, went through that path, or it went like in that manner? Do you understand my, for example, in Spanish,
Right.
you
You're
can
saying el camino or manera.
de esa manera. Ajá.
Yeah. It's kind of neither. It's weird in English. It's probably weird in Sanskrit. It's probably weird in Tibetan. Deshin Shekpa, who it's hard to translate. I think Pachi asked me the same question. I don't know what I told him, but I would say because the Sanskrit and the Tibetan doesn't have the way in it. The English does. De shin shekpa. De, that, shin, like that. Shekpa, went, honorific. Tathagata, like gata means like gone or went. Comes into English as the word go.
Okay.
And come and go. And then tata means like, comes in English as that, like tatva, you know, the quality of or something, or that. So it's weird in all the languages, I believe, in the sense that it doesn't sound like normal speak. But I would say you can't use camino. And you can't use manera.
Okay.
You have to, it's not that distinct. It has a vagueness, but an exactness.
Okay.
It's more like saying like
that, así.
No, yeah, like por allí, like or like, you know, like, yeah, por acá, like, where'd he go? He went that way.
Okay.
And it if you try to nail it down as more distinct, it's not going to be, it's going to lose its flavor.
Okay.
Although technically camino and manera are technically true. It's not bad. It's just, I think you'll lose the flavor of the fact that for some reason, it's like they went, where did your grandfather go? He went that way. Like really, like, and like everyone knows you're talking about like heaven or something, but no one says it.
Okay.
You know, like, what happened to your grandfather? He passed on. Like, that
Okay.
doesn't mean anything in any language, but like people say that because it's like almost too sacred or too sensitive to say like he died. You know, you're like, where'd he go? He went the way of all angels. You know,
Okay.
like stuff like that. You know.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a hard one, but
Yeah. Thank you.
I've thought about that one.
Thanks.
As you may have noticed. Okay.
I have a question too.
Oh, good, because I never want to get to the class tonight. What is it?
When I was teaching ACI 1 last, I don't know, June, I think it was, I came across what I thought was the hardest question in it, which was the difference in interdependence between the functionalists, the independents, and the consequence schools.
Yes, Pabanka Rinpoche goes over this in his commentary to the Lam Rim, which is course 1.
So what they say the difference in interdependence is that the independent school thinks in terms of parts. And I mean, I realized that last class wasn't talking about interdependence exactly. I mean, not.
It did, right here. Question number 6. Here it is. If this school, an object exists truly when it exists from its own side through some unique quality of its own, rather than simply being established. This is it, established. That's the parts. As existing by having appeared. This is the parts, established as existing as having appeared. Yeah. Here it is. This Shakpa. This is Nangwe Wangi Shakpa, having appeared due to the power of being established. That's what it's talking about.
You're saying we're supposed to infer parts into that something's established by their parts.
Parts is just a different word. Maybe you could say inference, but it's a synonym. Established as existing by having appeared, like that appearance.
So that means having parts.
No, parts.
Okay.
an easy way to explain, but that's what it means. The thing appears. It's not that it has parts. Everything has parts. I mean, except partless molecules in the lower school, I guess. But
Okay,
yeah.
so it's parts in ACI 1, boom, and now that this is all being unpacked, it's established as existing as it having appeared.
Yeah, it just refers to the thing that appears, which would be a part.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, lower middle way. All right. Okay, good questions. Those are all good questions. Any other good questions? Nope. All right. Any other bad questions? Okay, just checking. Okay, here we go. Class 10. And the class is complex. You should listen to the recordings. It's amazing. But I'm tired. I'm just trying to get this homework done. I've listened to this classes like 4 times. 3.5 maybe. You should listen to them that many times. Okay. When 3 different types of beings maybe look at the same object, they see 3 different objects. Are each of them having a valid perception or not? In the scriptures, what is this? What famous object is being looked at as an example?
True.
True. Yeah. Good job. Water. Or La Pluma, either one. Maybe La Pluma is more famous now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so if 3 different types of beings, meaning they have vastly different karma to see different things, look at the same object, right? They see 3 completely different things essentially, right? So are each of them having a valid perception or not? What do you guys think?
Yes, valid perception.
So if someone sees something completely different than you, it's valid, Aldo?
Yes, if they have a fresh
Yes or no?
state of
God,
mind. Huh?
talk too much. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is debate.
If they're not drunk, you can say yes.
Hey, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so you're telling me if 2 people if 2 people are in a car accident and one person says it was the other person's fault and the other person says it was the other person's fault, they're both right?
They have a valid perception, but
Yes or
yes.
no? God,
Yeah.
okay. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 people with completely different views of reality talking about the same exact thing can have 2 separate views altogether that are both considered correct?
Correct.
Yeah, you're right. That is true. And why is that important in Buddhism?
Well, because you understand that you're forced upon your seats to see what you see. So then you can't judge others, and because there's no like universal truth. It's what your seats force you to see. So you want to change your seat so you can see a paradise.
Okay, you're getting to it. Yeah, there is a universal truth, but there is no universal truth.
Yeah.
But here's the question. Yeah, so you're telling me that the person you see as an idiot could be seeing you as a high bodhisattva and be a Buddha? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Good. You're right. All right.
And the point is to change your seats to see that idiot as a perfect angel.
Nah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're right, Aldo. Okay, cool. Question 2. So yeah, all their perceptions are valid given their karmic circumstances. 2. The abbreviation of the greater way says that each being, according to their class, has differing perceptions of a single thing, and that therefore we can say that these things have no reality. Does this mean that we should never consider anything one way or the other? Now, so we talked, why or why not? We talked about this. So you're telling me just because, so, okay, Aldo, you ready?
Yeah.
Can things be completely different ways to two different beings?
Yes.
And so two different beings could see two different things completely differently and both be right.
Yes.
So if two people saw something like a car accident, one person could think it's one person's fault and the other person could think it's the other's fault, and they could both be right, correct?
Yeah.
So you're telling me there is no right or wrong.
So define right and wrong.
Yes or no? Is there a right or wrong based on what you just said, Aldo?
There is.
Kaylin, you just said two different beings could look at two different things and they could both be right. Didn't you just say that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And now you're telling me that there's a right or wrong. Pick one. Which is it?
Okay, there's no right or wrong.
What? Ah! You're not even Buddhist, so you don't even believe in karma. I got you. I knew it. You don't even register on the scale of Buddhism. Okay, now I'm messing with him. Okay, good job, Aldo.
Yeah.
Here, this is what the text says. As the text of the overview of the middle way points out, we cannot draw this conclusion. This is because, for example, certain systems of spiritual teachings do give definitive results, whereas others do not. Meaning, if you don't do the karma, you ain't gonna get the thing, right? And if I called my shirt, if Aldo was like, "Your shirt's yellow," I'd be like, "Nah, Aldo, that's wrong." If he saw it as this color and called it yellow, would he be right? No. Is it possible he could see it as yellow? Yeah, given the karma. Therefore, doing the deed and what you get from it is what is the foundation for what you get. So therefore, if a system does not offer you the deeds necessary to do the thing to get the result, then therefore that system would be incapable of getting you that result. Right? All right. Okay, you got it. You got that, Paula? Paula's like the fastest Spanish speaker I've ever met, so I think she'll be okay. Okay, here we go. 3. The mind-only school has asserted that there are things that can exist from their own side. Like what, Kelly McGee? What can exist from its own side?
Dependent.
Give me an example of a dependent thing.
Aldo.
Yeah, I was wondering, you can do Aldo or pen? So wait, do you mean the name Aldo? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't want to say the person, the
No,
body.
blob of flesh. That's what you should say. The flesh blob.
Oh, that's not nice.
What? That's what Geshma says in class. No, he just means like, he's just trying to say just the flesh, you know, nothing else. You know, it's hard to talk about it without using the name, right? Okay, good. Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, good. So the independent part of the middle way school has asserted that the perception of things depends on their appearing from their own side. Here we go, Leah. Here we go. From their own side to a state of mind which from its side is unerring. Okay. How does the consequence part of the middle way school assert that things exist? Okay, so this whole class is on middle way, which you've had the most of, which Holy Gesher Michael wanted to end the course on middle way because essentially mind only is wrong. So you don't want that in your head too much, okay? You want it in your head enough to help other people, but not in your head so much that you think it's right. All right? Because Aldo's flesh blob has parts, and those parts have parts, and those parts have parts, and those parts, for those parts have parts, and those parts have parts would mean that they're all, you can only establish them as existing with a basis, and that basis of imputation is added upon. That's what it means, like dok, projected upon via little images that come out of your mind. Okay. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, this says tokpe par taksam. Only projected. That's the only way things can appear. Tokpe par? I feel like it should be tokpe taksam, not this par. But I might be wrong. Okay. Oh, this means side, excuse me. Okay, this is what. Yeah, you can say tokpe taksam mean only established due to your image or something, but this par means literally means from our side. This is the same par in paro to chimba, right? Gone to the other side, like prajna paramita, like becoming a Buddha. That's what it means, Aldo. The ones thus gone. Did we lose Aldo? I think we lost him. Maybe his internet's shaky. Okay, hopefully he comes back soon. Okay, so that's our view. Okay, the pen. This is just the pen thing. All right. 4. What does Jason Kappa say his own position in this regard is? Okay, so near the end of the text, you know, people are like, well, Lord Tsongkhapa, well, what's your view? Like, is mind only right or is middle way right? Okay. And he says, at the end of the text on the art of interpretation, he openly declares that he follows the teaching of the consequence group of the middle way school. Who on earth who understood these things would fail to take the system of the realized being, Nagarjuna, as their own? Okay. And not everyone's going to get this stuff. Okay, everybody. So be nice to people. they're not ready. I've explained this. I've been trying to explain this stuff to people for about 10 years. Whoever would listen to me. Now there's Zoom, so I can invade your home. But many people were like, wouldn't listen or thought it was ridiculous or it didn't make sense. But so you have to realize that your teaching on the pen also isn't coming from its own side. Right? And what's the big mistake people make when they hear the pen teaching? Come on. When you hear the pen teaching about how things have no nature of their own, you are thinking of the pen as having a nature of its own. Because you cannot not think that way. If you were not thinking that way, you would become an Arya on your first teaching, like the Buddha's disciple, the tigress, became an Arya at the first teaching. Okay, the reason you're not an Arya is because you think of things self-existently, period. It's a continuum. You don't just go from not thinking of things self-existently. You don't go from thinking of things self-existently, not going to things thinking of self-existently. It's like everything else. It's a continuum. One day, it's just like slowly but steadily, bosses and wives and traffic doesn't bother you anymore because you're like, oh, obviously I did that. And then you sit down one day for meditation and you'll be an Arya, right? Okay, so Jason Kappa believes the same system as Arya Nagarjuna. And Ken Rinpoche and Geshe Michael Roach and me for that matter. Okay, number 5. When we say that things are only projections, does that mean that we can make anything we want it to be? Leah says yes. So I'm going to debate Leah. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. So what is this?
It's a pen.
If a dog came in there and I waved this in front of the face, what would they do with it?
They would sniff it and push it around and try to eat it.
Yeah, so what is it to a dog?
It's a chew toy to a dog.
Exactly. So, which one is it really, a pen or a chew toy?
It's both or neither, depending on how you look at it.
So depending on how you look at it?
Depending on who's looking at it.
Okay, depending on who's looking at it. So
yeah.
What is its penness or chew toyness depend upon?
It depends on past karma and projections.
Right. Who's looking at it first, right?
Right.
Okay. So if I left the room with the little doggy, why do I always forget how to say that in Spanish? Cachorro? Cachorro. Am I doing it wrong?
Pero.
Cochuro. Cocharo? Damn it. Somebody help me. Ana, Karina, ¿cómo se dice papi en español?
Cachorro.
Cachorro. Isn't that what I said?
Chorro. Cachorro.
Chorro. Like a chorro? Like
a donut?
Are they made of puppies? That's disgusting. That makes more sense. That's why I don't like cachorros. Chorros. Okay, cachorros. Now I'll never forget. They're made of chorros. Cachorros. Okay, good. Okay, so if me and the chorro left the room, what would this thing be while it was just sitting there
which school are we in?
Middle way, higher middle way.
It would be neither of those things.
Okay. What if the cachorro ran back in the room?
Then it would be a chew toy.
Good. And then what if I ran after the cachorro back in the room?
Then it's both again.
Okay, good. So is it coming this way, pennis, or is it coming this way?
It's coming from me. And
Right,
the cachorro.
right. And this is par. This is the meaning of this word in Tibetan. Par, from our side, not from this side. This is tor. This is par. Okay? They have a name in Tibetan. If you're a Tsortong, you're someone who sees things as coming from their own side, not from your side. Okay? Good. Okay, so that means, so this is pens to me and chew toys to dogs, right?
Right.
So what's stopping it from being anything I want it to be? If it can be anything based on perspective, so that means if I just change my mind, this becomes $1 million or a diamond or.
Well, if no, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. But if I gave away a lot of diamonds and a lot of dollars, then maybe I would, see it as having a different kind of value.
But if I just squint really hard and just wish it, this doesn't become what I want it to be?
No.
What? I thought you just told me things. I thought you just told me that this is neither if I leave the room. Is it neither or not?
Oh yeah, if we leave the room, it's neither.
What's a word for that in English? Empty.
Oh
Empty.
yeah, it's empty of having its own nature.
Right. So it can be anything.
No, I'm not saying that. It's oh, but I have to say yes or no. Yeah, I'm not saying that because it depends on my
But
past.
if it's empty, that means it can be anything.
Well,
Yes or
that's
no?
not, no, yeah.
It does. It literally does. It actually
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, okay, yes.
So you have to say yes.
Okay, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. So this pen could be anything.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if it couldn't be anything, then it couldn't be a chew toy or it couldn't be a pen. Because those are things. Those are any things. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So anything can be anything.
Well, but it depends on our karma.
Can anything be anything? Yes or no, ma'am?
Yes, anything can be anything.
Okay, so this could be a diamond. If I just squint hard enough.
That's not what makes it become a diamond. Squinting isn't what makes it become a diamond.
Yeah, you say chiche. Why do you say that?
Chiche.
Yeah, why would you say something like that? Because anything could be anything. So if I squint hard enough, this is gonna be a diamond.
Chiche. That's not what causes it.
Okay, then I say shock. Tell me. This is when you're supposed to blab blab. Shock.
Oh.
Tell me then. What's the answer?
It's coming from my seed. So if I'm going to see it like $1 million, that's because I've planted that seed before. If I'm going to see it like a pen, that's because I've created seeds of giving pens to other people before.
Boom. That's the answer. And that's the little debate about the pen thing. Okay, number 6. Does the fact that things are only projections mean that leading an ethical way of life is unimportant? My friend says yes. Who wants to debate? Sorry, Spanish speakers. You're on the other channel. Kelly McGee.
Okay.
Are things only projections?
Yes.
So things are only projections coming from my mind.
Yes.
So everything is an illusion.
Everything's a projection. Yes.
projections are kind of illusions. Everything an illusion or not?
Yes,
Right. So nothing has any self-nature.
correct.
Yeah. So nothing matters.
No,
No, you just said, do things have any nature or not?
they do not.
Good. Is everything an illusion?
Yes.
Right. So that means I can do anything I want.
That's a leap that your actions still have consequences. And that's actually what then results in the illusions and projections you experience.
That's not an illusion. Are things an illusion or not, Kelly McGee?
I'm not a fan of the word illusion, but in this case, yes.
Yeah, you're not a fan of it, but this is the word you're going to hear yoga people say. You're going to hear hippie people say, and they're going to say, but things are an illusion, man.
It's
So,
not an illusion, it's very real. It's your reality.
so Lord Buddha didn't say the world is a kind of illusion.
I think using it in the context you're describing is
No, isn't that so? So he never says illusion in scriptures.
no, he does.
Oh, okay. So is the world an illusion or not?
The word is illusion.
Okay.
I think the connotation you're attributing.
Enough of your kind. You're gonna have your chance. Tell me about connotation. So is the world an illusion or not?
Yes, it is.
So it doesn't really exist the way we think it does.
Correct.
So which means the things that we do don't have the effect on the world we think it does.
Correct.
Yeah, so things don't matter the way we think they do.
That's correct.
So therefore, I can do whatever I want. Things don't matter.
No, that doesn't mean they don't matter.
You just said they don't matter.
No, I said they don't matter the way you think they do.
Yeah, exactly. I think they matter in the way that what I does has a consequence.
Okay.
So therefore, nothing matters. I can do whatever I want.
But you just said you have what you do has consequences.
No, it has no consequence. It's an illusion. There's no consequence. Nothing's even there. I win. Kelly McGee has nothing to say. No, you have to say no, Kelly. You have to say no.
I don't know. What's the question?
I'm saying, you could say Cheech here. Why would you say such a crazy thing as that?
Yeah.
And then I would say, because you said nothing matters, therefore it's an things are illusion, therefore they don't matter. And then you would say, Kaba Majung, just because things are an illusion doesn't mean they don't matter.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, and then I say, sure, tell me, how can things matter if they're an illusion? That doesn't make any sense. Sure. Tell me.
Our experiences are based on our past actions. So things don't exist the way we think they do. They exist, and our experience is dictated by our past actions. So actually, the answer to this question is that leading an ethical way of life is even more important because it's directly what leads to a positive outcome.
Yay! She did it. Good. Perfect. Okay, 7. Why does the consequence presentation of the meaning of emptiness have especially important implications for our own search for enlightenment? Why do you think? Without looking at the answer.
Because it means we can change everything.
So you're telling me everything can be changed?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that Nothing has a self-nature of its own.
Yes.
So you're telling me that there's nothing at all with any nature of its own,
Correct.
including your mind?
Including your mind.
So if your mind has no self-nature, how could you change anything? Because there's nothing to change anything.
Your mind has no self-nature. There's nothing. You can change what you put in your mind, or how.
There's no mind to put anything in.
Just because there's no self-nature doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but if the foundation of the thing that you're using to create the other things doesn't exist, how can the thing that is that thing exist and create other things? It's impossible. I got you. It's okay. No, it is possible. The reason your mind can exist is because it is empty. It's the opposite way. Right? Okay. So, and because your mind is empty, it can become that of a Buddha. Given that things are creations of our projections forced on us by our past karma, then we can, by leading an extraordinarily virtuous way of life, actually put an end to the projections of aging and death, become a tantric angel, and enter a tantric paradise in this very life. Yay! Get busy, Kelly McGee. Well, you're probably already enlightened. You're just humoring me. Okay, question 8. The Heart Sutra says that the real goal of Buddhism is to stop the process of aging and death through stopping ignorance. Is this literal or figurative statement? If it is literal, then why have we not seen any person who stopped the process of aging and death? Hiding that answer. Kelly McGee, is it possible to stop aging and death?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's possible to stop aging and death.
Yes.
So in the history of humanity, it's been possible to stop aging and death the whole time,
Yes.
but no one figured it out. Everyone just died.
People who became enlightened figured it out.
Oh, people became enlightened. Oh, okay. So people who enlightened figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How many of those did you meet today?
Could be infinite people. I don't know.
Could be. How many have you met, Kelly McGee?
I don't know.
So you're telling me that it's possible to stop aging and death, but you've never met anyone who has? I mean, wouldn't that be on the front page of every newspaper, Kelly McGee?
Yeah.
It would? So people have done it, and it would be on the front page of every newspaper, but you've never met anybody who has? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Good job. I'm just messing with you. They say the karma to see, it is literal. It's literal. Lord Buddha really meant this. The karma to actually see somebody to stop aging and death is very close to the karma to stop your own. So unless you're really close, you don't see such things. So that's why you haven't seen it. Or that's why you don't see it around, because most people have about the same karma to see, normal life with normal problems and so forth. And then when you start to move out of that normal kind of life, other people who are living a normal life can't follow you because they don't have the karma. So then you start to see miracles, and they'll see nothing. They'll see regular life. Okay. And that's the same thing. All of a sudden, your world will be 1% miracles, then it'll be 5% miracles, then it'll be 10, then it'll be 20, and then about half your world will be miracles. And then all of a sudden, you'll be like, there's angels everywhere around me. It's an arduous process. It's called Tantra. Okay. That is the end of class. That is the end of course 15. Yay, I did it. Me, I'm the one who did it. You got to take ownership when you do a good deed. Okay, then you partook. Woo! 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 Okay, any questions? Preguntas? No? Fine with me. No hay problema. Okay, well, that means, well, the Medicine Buddha retreat, as taught by Holy Geshe Michael, starts tomorrow. So if you're doing that, enjoy, disfruta. We love you. Either way, please finish tu tarea para curso 15. Okay? Tienes que hacer tu tarea. ¿Entiendes? Okay. ¿Entienden? ¿Entiendimos? ¿Entiendimos? Sorry. Okay. Okay, please do your homework. That's it. And then do your final. Sorry, we ran out of time in the year. And you got to do your final too. And do everything. We love you. Next year, I'm supposed to do ACI 17. I think we're going to start January 4th, but I have to talk to ACI Mexico about it. Aldo and Pao have been helping me with the scheduling. So look out for that if you want to review all of the last 10 courses so I can finish my homework and become a certified ACI teacher and teach billions of billions, which is my plan. Okay? Start with 12 and Zoom call, but next time, billion. All right, let's do this mandala because it's going to take a nap for a month. Okay, Kelly McGee, you've been such a good debate partner. You get to finish out.
Oh, thank you. Sashi, Puki, Jukshi, Meto, Tram, Rira, Blingshi, Nyende, Genpa, Di, Sange, Shingdu, Mikte, Uwargi, Jokun, Namdak, Shingla, Drupa, Sho, Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. Gewa di Keukun. Sunam Yeshe Tok Tok Shing. Sunam Yeshe Lejunwe. Dampa Kumi Topar Sho.
For the goodness of what we've just done, may all beings complete the collections of merit and wisdom and thus gain the two ultimate bodies of wisdom and merit. Make Sarva Mangalam. May all beings experience bliss. Boom. All right. If you thought I was messing around, now you know I'm not. All right. So come next year, as long as an asteroid doesn't hit. I heard another report of aliens today. The Israeli government just admitted they're making contact with aliens. So what do we got this year? Okay, we got a little pandemic, little coup attempts by the US president, you know, nothing big. Some aliens, So if there's no asteroid, then we're gonna have class, I think January 4th, whatever that Monday is. And it'll be about 6 weeks. And even if you're not doing it for certification, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And we'll go over all these great ideas. And hopefully Kelly McGee comes so I can continue to embarrass her with debating.
Thank you for teaching.
You're so welcome. I love you guys. You're amazing.
I hope you really do get to rest for a month.
I know, right?
Gracias.
Thanks, everybody. Have a
Thank
great month.
you. Gracias, Pau.
I love you.
Gracias, Pau.
No hay de qué, de nada. Gracias, Paola. Adiós, amigos.